the cabinet members associated with Mr. Epstein. Let me ask you one last question. And that is, right after she gives this testimony in front of an FBI agent, among others, she's transferred to a minimum security prison not suitable for a sex offender like herself. Who made that decision and why?
The Bureau of Prisons.
The Bureau of Decisions made it in
prisons.
The Bureau of Prisons decided on their own, without any consultation with Blanche or anyone else, that they were going to suddenly, after this interview, completely unrelated to this interview, completely unrelated to anything she said, move her to a prison not suitable for a sex offender. You want the American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No, I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of inmates.
Not in the weeds.
What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform. Point of order. But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
you said I'm the most transparent FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Both of you be quiet.
You've heard the saying, methinks you doth protest too much. I'm pretty sure that quote was intended for exactly this moment here. The FBI Director Kash Patel expects Americans to believe that he is, quote, not in the weeds of those pesky minor little details like, I don't know, moving a notorious sex trafficker to a low-security prison in the immediate aftermath of a meeting with the Deputy Attorney General, who, by the way, just so happens to be Donald Trump's personal criminal defense attorney, when that sex trafficker came out and said that Donald Trump did nothing wrong as far as she was concerned. I mean, I'm sorry, but how fucking stupid does this administration think we are? And instead of actually engaging on the question that was asked of him, Kash Patel opts to devolve into a full-blown temper tantrum about Russiagate aimed at Adam Schiff. And look, I understand why he did this. He was trying to impress the Republican base. They hate Adam Schiff because Schiff was the impeachment manager during Trump's impeachment trial, and so any opportunity to destroy Adam Schiff is red meat for the base. But he was also trying to use that manipulation technique to avoid discussing the Epstein files, and that much could not be more obvious, which would be bad enough unto itself. But Kash Patel isn't just any random official when it comes to Epstein. He quite literally built his brand, vowing to get to the bottom of the obfuscation efforts that occur at the hands of people exactly like him.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book.
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list. You don't think that Bill Gates is lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list?
What would that guy say if he sat in his podcasting studio and heard the current FBI director get asked why Jeffrey Epstein's principal accomplice, co-conspirator, and fellow pedophile was moved to a cushy new prison, low security, right after telling the administration that the one guy who has the power to make her life much easier suddenly is absolved of any and all guilt, despite the fact that he is quite literally in the Epstein files? You want to tell me that his spidey senses wouldn't be tingling? You want to tell me that Kash Patel wouldn't lose his fucking mind? Of course he would. But the difference here is that he's not out looking for the truth, he is out defending Trump. And so instead of being honest, you get performative antics like this, where he thinks that he's scoring points against Adam Schiff, when in reality, all he's doing is showing what a useful idiot he is in terms of covering up a pedophile ring that's implicated his boss. So I guess pedophilia is okay for Kash Patel as long as it comes at the hands of those who are in the same political party as you, huh? And let's be clear, it's not just Kash Patel who deserves scorn here. This entire fucking administration exploited this issue for years when they thought it was a political winner for them, when they thought that it mattered enough to their base that they could exploit it for some political support, even though clearly they had zero intention of ever following through. This is the kind of stuff that was commonplace on the campaign trail.
Folks, please keep your eye on this case. I can't emphasize to you enough. This Epstein thing is there's more than meets the eye there. I know a lot of people want to make this thing go away. There is absolutely no way that the now CIA director, Catherine Rumler, and everyone else didn't know they were talking to a sex offender. The question is, why were they talking to him, and what were they trying to make go away? Does it have anything to do with the extensive video network alleged to have existed on his island and on his plane?
Release the list.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
How is it that my father can be convicted of 34 crimes, but no one on Epstein's list has even been brought to light? I'm trying to figure out how that's possible, right, folks? It's almost like they're trying to protect those pedophiles for some reason. I can't imagine why, right?
Even Trump himself took advantage.
So Kennedy is very different from the Epstein thing. But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
That island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it.
But, as we've come to find out, it was all a ruse to fool the marks in the base into voting for someone who not only had zero intention of releasing the Epstein files and seeking accountability for his accomplices, but was himself implicated in those very files. Trump's voters thought they were putting the final nail in the Epstein coffin, when in reality, they were ensuring that the perpetrators of this heinous crime would be forever protected at the hands of Trump. Kash Patel can do all the performance art he wants, but if he's concerned about his legacy, this is it. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much.